Alright, I'm going to show you all how to enter recipes on the Family Recipe blog. So I know some of you have never blogged before or don't blog often, and so this is just to give you an idea of how it's going to work. So you first log in at blogger.com and you'll be brought to your home page. I have a lot of blogs, and so you can see they're all here, ones that I contribute to or manage or whatever. And you will just click on the little button to add a new post to the Kennedy Family Cookbook. And you'll just enter your post title up at the top. And for this particular one, we're just going to call it Test. If you were to take a picture of the food and wanted to upload that, you would click on this little picture icon right here, and it would, let's see if I can zoom in, it will take you to a place where you can upload pictures from your computer. So you would hit choose files, it'll bring up your thing, you'll select the pictures you want to upload, and then click upload. But I'm not going to do that right here. So if you want to include a picture of the dish or a weird ingredient or something, you can do that. And then this is the main body of the thing where you would post your, and I'm just writing test in the post title, which is up here, and then in test in the post where you would normally enter your recipe here. And then off to the side, this is where you're going to do the labels. And with the labels, if this is say a main dish, you'll enter the label of main dish, main dishes. If it is also I don't know what else, how else it could be. There's some that will be like a couple different categories, like perhaps, well, it could be a main dish in this case and a 5-star fave, which is a family favorite, one of your go-to favorite recipes. But there could be a time when it could be considered a dessert and a cake or something like that. Like there could be some weird recipes that kind of fall in multiple categories, and so you can do that. Or like it could be a main dish, a 5-star fave, and an authentic foreign dish, all at the same time. So I'll add that in there too. So then you also can type, say mainly it's a chicken dish, you would add chicken or pork or beef, whatever like is the main ingredient, potatoes, and then maybe a weird ingredient like half and half. Sometimes I buy it to use on one recipe, and then I have all this half and half left over, and I'm looking for other recipes that I can make to use up that kind of unique ingredient that I don't always have on hand. So you could put chicken and half, something like that, just to show. So you just put all your labels, all the categories, and all the main ingredients, all in this one section. And click done when you're done. And click publish when you're done with that. Then it will be published. It will be there in your view blog. Your recipe is going to be there. Here's the test recipe. You can see what other people have entered by doing flip card mode. The mosaic just gives you a smattering of all the recipes. So flip card by author. So far, we have a bunch entered by me and a bunch by Mom. Or you could do, or 3 by Mom. Then you could do, or sort it by label. So there are so far however many, 6 5-star fave dishes, 4 appetizer dishes, 1 foreign dish, stuff like that. So tag as you go along, and it will be easy to find recipes. And then also you could just search for an ingredient or something up here in the search box. Let's put in something weird like a spice, see if it's in there. Turmeric. No results for turmeric, so that was a bad one. Let me try again. Curry. So it's pulling up a bunch of different recipes. It looks like maybe 7 or so recipes that all have curry in them. So you can type a fairly specific ingredient or something like that in there. And that's pretty much it. It's really very easy, I think, to figure out and to enter, and you can also copy and paste if your things are in other locations online or on your computer in a Word document or something like that. You can just copy, paste. The only thing that you would have to type in for each recipe as you go would be like adding in the labels. That would be the only thing. Another thing to mention is that this flip card section does not show you all of the recipes within the labels. It only shows you some of them. If you want to see all of the recipes within a certain label, like say authentic foreign dish or breakfast or cakes or cookies, over here on the sidebar, it's usually a little hidden. You mouse over and it pops up. We have categories, main ingredients, and then a couple other things that we could change, a substitutions link, a conversions link, the blog archive. So if we click on the categories here, we're able to pull up everything. So appetizers, it's going to pull up everything that's been entered under the heading of appetizers, and there's going to be a lot of them, and you're able to scroll through and just pick the one that you want. If anybody has, as you're playing around with these different classic flip card, magazine, mosaic, sidebar, if you have a favorite default, the mosaic is the default that I have. You can change it around as you go and view it in the moment at what you want to see it as, but it will always default back to mosaic. If there's a better default, I can change that. It only takes a couple seconds, so just let me know if this is not the one that you prefer. We can keep it on the flip card default, or classic, which is where it just shows one recipe, kind of more similar to how my old recipe blog used to be. It just shows one post at a time. There's our test post. Another way that you can, obviously anything that's linkable, if you clicked on authentic foreign dishes at the bottom of a post that was labeled as such, it will pull up all of the other authentic foreign dishes in that category. So there's how to look up the categories. The next one down is the main ingredients. So far I've got a few: chicken, ground beef, half and half, mushrooms, potatoes, red onion, tomatoes, tuna. So if you click on tuna under main ingredients, it's going to pull up everything that's labeled as containing tuna. And so far that is one recipe, tuna noodle casserole. So please let me know if you have any thoughts, ideas, suggestions on how to make this more user-friendly or whatever, but hopefully everybody finds it pretty easy to use, and we can all contribute and share our recipes. Right now, the best way to look up recipes by an author, by a certain person, so if you want to see all of the recipes that Carrie has entered, you would go to Flipkart and sort by author. Right now there's only 2 authors, Mom and myself, so you know, but as it goes, it'll add everybody else in there once other people contribute. That should give you a way to sort. Now the only thing is, like, I don't believe it's showing all the recipes that I have entered. I guess I'd have to count. I don't think that's quite enough. So potentially it maxes you out after a certain point, and then it doesn't do them all. So let me look for ways to be able to search by author and sort of subdivide everything out that way in case we want to look through only one person's recipes. But Okay, I actually just did a little, very short amount of research into the looking up all the recipes per person, and it seems like the only way to do that right now is through the labels category, is what Blogger's telling me. So I just went into my main posts section, and I'm editing this test post that I just recently posted, and we're going to add labels, and we're going to, since this one was entered by me, it's going to be Darla, and we'll each just have a label with our first name. Every post that you make, label yourself in with that, and I will have a labels category off to the side. Okay, so I've done the blog authors and off to the side here. So it's over here, categories, main ingredients, recipes by author. When you click on that, it's going to tell you everybody's name and the ones that we've tagged so far. So it's got Becky as having 4, and then everyone has like a tester one that I did for them to get their names in the system. I went back and edited a couple of mine, so I'm showing with 7. And having the numbers there beside how many posts per person, that is optional. It's on for that category, but it doesn't need to be. Like, I don't think I have it on. Yeah, it doesn't show how many beverages recipes there are, how many bread recipes. If that's something that would be helpful, comment to me and I'll add it in. It will just be like that, little brackets with a number in between, saying like bracket 4 recipes containing half and half, or mushrooms, or red onions, or something like that. So if that's helpful and you want to see how many recipes per category, just say the word, I can add it back on. That's really easy. Right now the only one I have that feature on for is the where's my mouse? Recipes by author. Alright, happy cooking. So I hope that's helpful and gives everybody a place to start with entering the recipes, and I look forward to making all of your favorites. Thanks.